welcome to the New Directions podcast, where we specialize in helping real women achieve real transformations.
Hello and welcome to the New Directions podcast, where we're going to be talking about 5 ways in which are most common for people to be sabotaging themselves when it comes to their progress in fitness, health, and definitely when it may be for injury recovery as well. So the 5 are lack of belief, lack of immersion, a full cup / the know-it-all dilemma, the bubble popping social network, and the scattered mind. I thought that I would give them slightly interesting headlines as well, just to make it more interesting and perhaps not evident immediately what each of these means. But lack of belief, I think we've all seen before, we've all felt in ourselves, and for those of us that that take the time to look at the people next to us, at different times in people's lives, there will be a lack of belief. And how we approach that lack of belief and how we move with it is going to determine what happens next. So in the terms of, for example, if someone comes to me and they want to get into great shape, they want to lose a lot of weight, 20, 30, 40, 50 kilograms, it's very common that the person will have negative self-talk. They may have a fear of pain and a fear of the pain that they'll have to go through in order to achieve their big dream. They may have a fear of failure, in which case they have possibly tried this before and it failed, or even they've tried it many, many times and every time it's failed. And so eventually they're just like, oh my God, why do I even try? And I'm almost scared to begin this process again because I know how much it hurt to fall on my butt the time before. And so that's also a way to protect our egos, to protect ourselves from just failing and then having to pick ourselves back up again. So now that we've talked about this problem, the lack of belief problem, how can we overcome it? Well, we really want to get to the source of why you have that lack of belief. So we want to know if it's because you've tried these things before and it hasn't worked. We want to know if it's because there's a whole bunch of people around you that are saying you can't do that, or it's, you've never been able to do that. Why would you even try? So we really want to get to what are the things that increase your lack of self-belief, or this person's lack of self-belief. And then we want to find the things in which we can actually increase your belief with. And many of these things, this is where we go into the land of auto-suggestion and the land of basically where you want to do possibly meditation and what I call the statement of intention, which is you want to go through and look at what you have done before in trying to achieve this goal, perhaps why it failed, and then really, really break it down. And this can be pretty tough and it hurts quite a bit at first, but the pain will set you free and will mean that you'll be much more articulate at the next time you try to achieve this goal, and therefore you will achieve it. So what ends up happening is you go through the statement of intention, you lay out exactly what you need to do, what your dream is, you lay out the framework, you make sure that it is absolutely sound, so the plan is sound, and then you make it as simple as possible to immediately begin so that you have those quick wins straight away, just boom, 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 all right? And that way then you've very quickly got ammunition for when that negative self-talk kicks in and it's like, well, you can't do this, it's not possible, da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, well, I am doing it. I'm already in the process of doing it. And soon it will be done. Anyway, I'm simplifying this immensely, but those are some of the weapons. So the weapons that will be in your arsenal are, basically creating your own statement of intention, having a vision, having a big dream that's worthwhile, going through and planning it out and seeing why you failed in the past or what went wrong and creating solutions from it. Okay, and I want to make sure that I don't make this too long, so I'm trying to be quick. Okay, let's go. So lack of immersion. This is really interesting. So this is when someone comes along and they're like, "Yo, I have this problem. Uh, I just need you to fix it. So when do I get my result?" So this is when someone doesn't want to put in much work, doesn't want to put in much effort, but they want the result. And yeah, that's never going to work out too well. Uh, what needs to happen naturally is you actually need to immerse yourself in nutrition, like what is good for you, what is healthy, or at the very least, you need to immerse yourself in. So, for example, if you're working with me, you need to immerse yourself in the nutrition plans that have been provided. You need to do, obviously all the cooking. You need to follow through, and yeah, and you need to understand why perhaps it's working is good, and also more importantly, why what you were doing in the past was working against you. That's super important. And you want to understand exercise. You want to immerse yourself next to people that do exercise, that love to exercise, that enjoy it, and that you can learn from, and really, basically start to emulate. All right, not because you want to be them, but because you want some of the results that person has in their life and their habits, the way they do things. If you emulate the means, the way in which they live, you will end up inevitably getting that result as well. Okay, so in essence, a lack of immersion is not willing to read, listen to podcasts, and immerse yourself in the process of change and following the process. So naturally, the ability to do the opposite of that will cure it. Then a full cup. The know-it-all dilemma is it's really interesting because this is actually then the dark side of immersing yourself fully in a topic, which is if you've just gone too far and now you feel like you know everything there is possibly to know about nutrition, and many of us are in this place anyway because it's complicated, but it's also going to be incredibly simple. So you know that you need to eat less. You know that you probably need to eat less pasta, and you know that you need to eat less bread, and you know that you need to move more, you need to exercise more, right? And perhaps you even know the intricacies, and you're like, I know what you know Tabata training is. I know what interval training is. I know what strength training is. I know all the reps. I know the recovery times. Now, and then still though, perhaps you're still a person that's like, I don't have the result that I want, and I'm getting really frustrated, and so I'm going to reach out and try to get some help. And so then perhaps you sit down with someone like me, and you're saying, look, I know everything. I just need you to tell me the answer. I don't really need to be here. And the reason why I call it a full cup is because it's like a person that's all of their knowledge is in this cup and it's full, and so you're standing in front of someone and they can't even help you because you've already got a full cup. So then to articulate that, you might just pour more water into their cup and just watch it overflow on them, and then say, we can't work together right now until you empty your cup a little bit. And what people in this position are usually struggling with is they may know a lot, and usually they're very talented in their profession and they're very intelligent people, but they're not doing what they know. They're not following through, and they don't know why. They don't know why they are not following through. And that is, that's where the source of their problem is. And unfortunately, you can't necessarily just read a book for that. What you need to do is you need to drop your ego. You need to lower yourself to the position of a lifetime student where perhaps you don't know everything. And then you need to be able to listen. And in these situations, it's going to be obviously focused on translating what you know into action. And then how do we do that? So that's where concepts such as habit stacking, concepts such as habit trackers, and all of these things start to come in, where you actually are going, okay, at the very least, what are the bare minimum things that I need to do in order to make sure that I'm moving forward towards my goal today, and not just being a passive absorber of information, but being an active contributor to making change in my life. And so that's the cure for those people. The bubble popping social network. This is a fun one. So essentially, your social network, your friends, family, someone or multiple people in that network are tripping you up every step of the way. So, and this is always a painful process to realize if you are going through this. So the easiest example is you've just lost a couple of kilos and you're like, yes, I'm nailing it. Maybe you're even at 5-10 kilograms. And then you go to your friend, you're like, yes, I'm down like 5 kilograms. Hell yes. And they're like, can't even tell. Don't know why you bother. Here's a pizza. So essentially, obviously what I'm saying is that when you have people that don't actually want you to succeed and love you just the way you are and really don't want to know about the new person that you want to be or this great big dream that you have, and you assume, perhaps naively, that everyone's got your back, this one's going to hurt. And so, in a nutshell, if we just broke it down to 3 quick strategies that you could do if you found that you possibly had a lack of belief in yourself, but also found that it was being aggravated because everyone around you was trying to promote that environment. 3 quick tips would be: 1, keep your goal and your vision and your dream either to yourself or only to people that you know will have your back and will think it's really, really cool from the very beginning. Okay, your dreams can be squashed very, very quickly when they are just an idea and you haven't even gotten started. 2, start to look for the people that you know and the people that are around you, or the places that you could go to develop new and more friendships, or even just acquaintances with people that have what you want. So if it's obviously health and fitness, it's people that are fit, healthy, the people that bike ride to work every day, the people that that obviously eat healthy, and maybe they bring their own food to work, for example. The people that are obviously not the people that are bring in all the chocolate cakes and stuff. And then 3rd would be to just create a bit of distance from the people that really don't want you to succeed at this goal and yourself. Because eventually you can kind of hide, for example, when it comes to weight loss, you can kind of hide losing 5-10 kilograms even, for some people for a while, but eventually they'll realize and they'll know what's going on. But by that time, you're already on a roll, you're already smashing it, and you're not as emotionally reliant on their validation as you were. And then you can move on and all right, I'm trying to skip along. So the scattered mind is the last one. So the extreme of immersion. So listening and watching everything with zero consistent follow through and in desperate need for someone to fix you. So this I've seen many a time as well. And so it's when someone it's just like, okay, I need to do the Fast 800, and then I need to do the paleo diet. I need to do the latest cool thing where they're zapping my fat. And so they're chopping and changing, and then I need to go on this what would you call it? The shake diets / pill popping diets. And then perhaps you might even then run into someone that goes, you know what, maybe you're a little bit, and this is because I've heard this happening. You know what, you're kind of past 40 now, and you've been this weight for a long time. So actually, even if you lost the weight, it's just going to come back on. So really, what you need is surgery. That's where you that's where you can end up if this is the extreme of the scattered mind. So, what's the cure for the scattered mind? Obviously, stop being scattered. Find an approach, just one, because a lot of the things that I just said work. Almost every single one of those strategies works because the basis of them is all the same. Eat less, move more. So I'm not a proponent of pills or shake diets or surgery, but all of those strategies can work to a degree, right? So you need to slow down and get back to the basics of, okay, I have this goal. What is the simplest things that I need for the goal? So for weight loss, it's I need to eat less. I need to eat more. Sorry, I need to eat less. I need to move more. And third, at the very least, I should probably be surrounded by people that do move more as well and that eat healthy. Those three things, boom, right? With really good follow through and a good plan and a good structure, done, problem solved. Or if it's I want to get stronger, same thing. Nutrition, what is my exercise protocol going to be, and who are the people I want to be around in order to maximize my progress towards that goal. Okay, so slow down, lower your fear, understand that the basic principles behind getting these goals achieved is almost always the same, even though there might be 10 different ways to do actually the same thing. All right. So yeah, so those are the 5. So just to go over it one more time, there's lack of belief, and then finding ways to increase belief in yourself and prevent people from sabotaging that. Lack of immersion, so then immersing yourself in the topic and finding the common themes and structure behind getting the right result. A full cup, the know-it-all dilemma. You need to lower your ego, just calm your ego, get rid of it. Allow yourself to be a student, a lifetime student, and understand and look for the thing that you must be avoiding, because that's probably where your solution will be. The bubble popping social network. If you want to change, you want to be around the people that have what you want, draw them closer. And the scattered mind. Slow yourself down and just follow through on one approach. Beautiful. All right, well, I hope you had a lot of fun. I know I did. That was very enjoyable. Love to hear from you. Feel free to reach out at newdirectionshf@gmail.com. Would love to hear your thoughts on all of what I'm saying, and if you agree, disagree, and also, if you want to reach out and do either online or in-person coaching, feel free to do that via the link that's below, which is a Calendly link. So I look forward to hearing from you all, and have a wonderful day. Ciao.